What does a Venn diagram for a universal set and two subsets with common elements look like? In a Venn diagram for a universal set and two subsets with common elements, the universal set is represented by a rectangle. Two overlapping circles are located inside the rectangle. They are subsets of the universal set. The circles overlap because the two subsets share elements in common. This is what a Venn diagram for a universal set and two subsets with elements in common looks like. The rectangle represents the universal set. The two circles inside the rectangle overlap because the two subsets share at least one element in common. When there are elements of the universal set that are not elements of the subsets, those elements are located outside the circles. So the elements of the universal set are either inside or outside the circles, but always within the rectangle. Let's look at an example where two subsets share two elements between them. You take part in a game where each player rolls a six-sided die. The universal set, U, in this context, contains the elements 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. These are the 6 possible outcomes of a die roll. You roll the die 4 times and end up with subset A. Subset A contains the elements 1, 2, and 5. You got the number 5 twice, but sets cannot contain duplicates, so your set only contains 3 elements. Your teammate also rolls the die 4 times and ends up with subset B. Subset B contains the elements 2, 3, 5, and 6. Subsets A and B share the elements 2 and 5. Now, let's translate this information into a Venn diagram. The shared elements 2 and 5 go here, where the two circles overlap. The number 1 is the only element left in subset A. It'll have to go in the part of circle A that does not overlap. The elements remaining in subset B are 3 and 6, so they'll go in the part of circle B that does not overlap. Finally, are there any elements in the universal set that are not contained in these subsets? The number 4 is neither a member of subset A nor of B. So you write the number 4 outside the circles, but inside the rectangle. Now, let's use the Venn diagram to find the union and intersection of subsets A and B, and the complement of subset B this time. The union of the subsets A and B is the collection of elements inside both circles A and B. And that, of course, includes the elements of the intersection. So the union of subset A and subset B is the set containing the numbers 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6. Notice that the number 4 is not an element of this union, because it is located outside the circles. The intersection of the subsets A and B contains the elements 2 and 5, which are in the overlapping area. Finally, let's find the complement of just the subset B. Remember that a complement is denoted by a small c raised next to, or a bar over, the B. BC is the set containing all the elements located outside circle B, which are the numbers 1 and 4. In a Venn diagram for a universal set and two subsets with common elements, the universal set is represented by a rectangle. Two overlapping circles are inside the rectangle, as they are subsets of the universal set. The circles overlap because the two subsets share common elements.